Hello students, welcome back to another class of chemistry, and let's start chapter number 6, that is electrolysis. First introduction of the chapter. Word electrolysis is made up of two words, electric current, which means electro, and lysis means breaking. Breaking of the compound which are highly stable with the passage of electric current is known as electrolysis. For example, potassium chloride is highly stable. So in the molten form, when we pass electric current, it decomposes to give us positively charged potassium, which gains electron to give potassium. And chloride ion, which loses electron to give us chlorine atom, which combines to give us chlorine gas. So this whole process is known as electrolysis, in which the compound is broken down into its constituent elements with the passage of electric current. Electrolysis is basically carried out in two types of compounds. First is metallic and the second one is electrovalent compounds. Metallic conductors, in which the flow of current consists of a single stream of electrons, that is flowing from the negative pole to the positive pole, as the flow of current is only because of electrons. But in electrolytic conductors, the flow of current is because of positive cation moving towards negative electrode cathode and the negative anion moving towards the positive electrode, that is anode. Metallic conductors occurs in case of metals, and electrolytic conductivity is the property of electrovalent compound. Metallic conductivity occurs both in the solid and the liquid state. They are good conductor of electricity, but electrolytes are good conductors only in the aqueous or molten state, because in the solid state they have a strong electrostatic force of attraction between two oppositely charged ions. In metallic conductors, when we pass electric current, physical change occurs because no new substance is formed. But in electrolytic conductors, chemical change occurs as new substance is formed. Now let's discuss few definitions. First, electrolysis we have already discussed. Second is electrolyte. Electrolytes are the compounds which either in the aqueous or in the molten state allow electric current to pass through them. For example, sulfuric acid, sodium hydroxide, when we pass electric current either in the molten form or in the aqueous form, they give us ions. Now electrolytes are further of two types. One is strong and another one is weak electrolyte. Now let's discuss the difference between the two. Strong electrolytes allows a large amount of current to pass through it. Therefore, they are known as good conductor of electricity. On the other hand, the electrolytes which allow only small amount of current to pass through it, they are known as poor conductor of electricity. Strong electrolytes completely dissociate and gives us only ions in fused or aqueous form. But weak electrolyte gives both ions as well as molecules. Now suppose if we connect a bulb with the strong electrolyte, the bulb it glows brightly because it allows large amount of current to pass through it. On the other hand, if we connect a bulb to the weak electrolyte, it glows dimly because it allows only small amount of a current to pass through it. Now examples of strong electrolyte, all the acids, strong mineral acids, HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, and in case of weak electrolyte, we can include organic acids, for example, carbonic acid, acetic acid, and weak bases, ammonium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide. Next definition is non-electrolyte. Non-electrolytes are the compound which neither in the molten form nor in the aqueous form conduct electricity. For example, water, alcohol, as it contains only molecules. They do not form ions. So therefore there is no flow of ions and behaves as a bad conductor of electricity. Next is electrolytic cell. It is given in the diagram also. This is known as electrolytic cell or voltmeter, which consists of a conducting vessel in which there are two electrodes immersed in a solution known as electrolyte, which allows the electric current to pass through it. These two electrodes, one connected to the negative terminal of the battery, is known as cathode, and the electrode which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, that is known as anode. Electrolytic cell converts electrical energy into chemical energy. Now how electric energy with the passage of electric current decompose the compound into simpler elements, and simpler elements constitute the energy known as chemical energy. So this electrolytic cell we will do in detail in this chapter. Next is electrochemical cell. This we will do in higher classes, but it is a device which is used to convert chemical energy into electrical energy. Next is electrodes. Electrodes we have already discussed, that two metallic plates connected to the positive and the negative terminal of the battery. Now let's discuss the difference between the two, anode and cathode. Anode, which is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, and cathode, it is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Anions which are negatively charged migrate towards anode. Cations which are positively charged move towards cathode. At anode, oxidation takes place, that is loss of electron, and at cathode, reduction takes place, that is gain of electron. Next definition is ions. Ions are the atoms or group of atoms which carries either positive or negative charge. For example, cations and anions. So cations are positively charged ions and migrate towards the cathode, which is negative terminal, and gain of electrons occur, and the cations, they are reduced to neutral atom. On the other hand, anions are negatively charged, migrate towards the anode, and loss of electrons occurs at the anode and changes into neutral atom. Now let's discuss the example in both the cases. Cation, for example, sodium ion, when it gain electron, it changes into neutral atom sodium. On the other hand, anion, for example, Cl negative, loses one electron and changes into neutral chlorine. Two chlorine atom combines to form chlorine gas. So this is a reduction which occurs at cathode, and oxidation occurs at anode. So next definition is oxidation. Oxidation, only one definition we have to do in terms of electrons. It is defined as the process in which an atom loses electron and form a positive ion, that is cation, or an electropositive ion. For example, zinc, after losing 2 electrons, it gives us Zn plus 2. An oxidizing agent is the agent that oxidizes the other substances by accepting electrons. So these examples you have to learn it. Sometimes for 1 mark it comes in the paper. In the solid state, manganese dioxide, red lead and lead dioxide. Liquid state, hydrogen peroxide, concentrated nitric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid. In the gaseous state, oxygen, ozone, chlorine, sulfur dioxide. On the other hand, reduction is the reverse of oxidation, which is defined as the process in which an atom or an ion gains electron and changes into neutral atom. For example, an ion Cu plus 2, after gaining electron, it changes into Cu. Examples: solid state, carbon, metals like zinc, aluminium, copper and sodium. Liquid state, hydrogen peroxide, hydrogen iodide and hydrogen bromide. In the gaseous state, good reducing agent is hydrogen sulfide and carbon monoxide. And reducing agent is defined as a substance which provides electron to the other substance. So this finishes with the different definitions related to the process of electrolysis.